Good afternoon. I'm Impact Weather Meteorologist Chris Hebert with an update on the tropical disturbance in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. Right about where this circle is where we think a center may be forming, near about 26.8 north and 91 degrees west. Thunderstorms are increasing to the east of the circulation center. Reconnaissance plane is in there right now. It's finding very light westerly winds through here, not quite enough to classify it as a tropical depression or storm, but the plane is finding tropical storm conditions in these squalls, which means as soon as that center closes off and it has that tight low-level center, then it's going to be a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. Moving slowly to the west-northwest still, and we think that motion is going to continue for about the next 24 to 36 hours before it stalls out there in the northwestern Gulf. This is the model guidance now, and the model guidance is in fairly good agreement in taking it up to the west-northwest and northwest, up in this general region, and the general impact is going to be in this area from Houston, Galveston area over toward New Orleans in terms of potential wind and potential rainfall. Now, I do think that as it gets toward the Louisiana coast tomorrow night and Saturday morning, it's probably going to stall. High pressure is blocking it to the north. It can't go that way. Earlier model runs suggested that once it did move into the Louisiana coast and stall for a while, that it might be pushed westward toward Texas. But the trend this afternoon is a little bit different. In fact, taking it instead of toward Texas, off to the northeast, toward southeast Louisiana and Mississippi, which means we may not be getting a whole lot from this storm if it does move into the central Louisiana coast, certainly in terms of rainfall. This is our forecast, taking it up toward the mid-Louisiana coast. It may actually perform a loop out here, occasionally drifting a little farther offshore. It certainly could become a hurricane out there over the weekend as it does drift around off the coast for a while, but I think that by Tuesday there's a good chance it might be heading off to the north and northeast rather than toward Texas to give us much rainfall. Taking a look at the rainfall forecast, and that's reflected here. Over here in Houston, we're indicating maybe a couple inches of rainfall. That's a quite optimistic forecast, I think. If it stays over by Louisiana, we may not get much, but some cooler northerly winds across the Houston-Galveston area over the Labor Day weekend. But we may be looking at 10 to 15 or more inches across South Louisiana from west of Lafayette all the way to Baton Rouge and New Orleans as the storm slowly moves around here off the Louisiana coast over the weekend, producing copious amounts of rain, flooding, onshore winds of 25 to 45 miles per hour out here, at least by tomorrow and on Saturday, increasing during the day on Sunday, causing tides 4 to 6 feet above normal all across southeast Louisiana, maybe even a little higher than that. So very nasty conditions across Louisiana. But unfortunately, I don't feel too confident about us getting a whole lot of rainfall across the Houston area out of this. Well, that's the latest on disturbance. I'm Impact Weather Meteorologist Chris Hebert. Thanks for viewing.